Right, welcome back to our Revive on Tour video, and I'm here with Dr. Mark Melancino, and we're at the Menno Clinic in Jackson Hole. We were just having lunch, and Dr. Mark was telling us a little bit about some of the, I guess, unique patients that he's had an opportunity to work with, and particularly as it involves getting the community and working with people in the community. So would you like to, can you share with us a little bit of the story that you just shared?
You know, one of the things that you get to do in our community is house calls, and one of my favorite things is to take my little black bag and show up at someone's ranch and visit them like they remember their father and mother being visited by the local country doctor. That's allowed us to create relationships. I never leave without a chicken, some elk meat, a bottle of whiskey. There's usually a gift exchange that's involved, but it's not a charge that we do on these house calls, and the word spreads that there's a different doctor in town, there's a different way of taking care of people. And you get the insight into people's worlds by seeing their home, seeing their kitchen, seeing how they live, to both appreciate their uniqueness as an individual, but also the challenges that they deal with. We've had several clients that have had significant losses in their life, and one of our clients had lost her husband and was really lost. And there's a bike path that goes around our clinic, and I noticed out my office window at looking at the Tetons that I'd see her frequently walking by herself. And so one day for lunch I decided to walk with her. And I did not know about her husband's story. She shared it with me, and I invited her every day to come take a walk with me in my clinic. So she'd come visit me in the morning, we would sit down, I would talk to her about medical issues, and then we would take a walk along that bike path. And we did that for 30 days, and it was better than any antidepressant she could have taken, and she wasn't going to take an antidepressant. She absolutely had refused the 3 doctors that had tried to recommend them for her. By the end of that 30 days, she had got her zip and her zest back, and I think it was just the ability to connect with another individual at that level. From that experience, every time she goes out, every time she's at a church meeting, every time she's at a restaurant, she talks about how Dr. Mark saved her and rescued her from the dangers of antidepressants and the dangers and scariness of the dark depression. We just saw her while we were out at lunch, and she had a smile on her face and was out for a bike ride, having a salad for lunch, and deciding to do another bike ride. So, again, it's those little interactions that we do that we give a little to get a lot back, and I encourage you to look for those people in your community and in your practice and identify and help them.
I mean, and how did you know ahead of time that she was one of those people that could send a lot of people in?
I had never met her. I had no idea. And it turns out her family is a founding family from this area. And she's very well connected socially and religiously with her church groups. And I think, you know, really, James, it wouldn't have mattered if she was a prominent social person or not. There's a family that came up to visit us 2 days ago from Rock Springs, which is a 5-hour drive from here. And it was a hairdresser. And she had seen 5 to 10 of her clients transform over the last year. And she finally asked them all what the heck happened to them, and they said, we've been going to Jackson Hole to see Dr. Mark. Finally, after they all said the same thing about the same person, she decided to come check it out for herself and gave me a big hug at the end of the visit. So it's interesting how you touch one person, but you're really touching 10 other people.
That's amazing. Well, if you're interested in spreading ideas and you're interested in making more of a difference in your community, there's no better way than just giving the gift that you bring to your community, and that is helping people when they're in need. So thanks so much for being here and being on the show today. Thanks, Doc, for being here with us, and we'll see you next time at Revive.